Wagwan Krusty Crew, welcome back to another video. I've decided like what I'm gonna do with the intro. So this channel's Wagwan Krusty Crew, the other channel's Wagwan Generals. But either way, Wagwan, welcome back. This is a video that has been a long time coming. All right, very long time coming. And I want to first introduce the fellas that are going to do this with me before I talk about what we're going to do. So let's start with the fella in the Bills shirt, Tough Life He Lives. Please introduce yourself and your heritage towards your sports teams.
Yeah, my name's Anthony. I'm a very mediocre Pokemon TCG player. I attend a lot of regionals, but no locals, and still searching for my first day too. But yeah, I talked to Anil about a year ago and started making some comps to some QBs and decks, and thought that
Hell yeah.
yeah, it's a long time coming. We should make one of these videos.
Yeah.
And my allegiance to Buffalo sports is very unfortunate. Had a very good run in the early 2000s with the Sabres. Unfortunately, moved into the Bills, almost made it type of years the last few years. Neil was with me in San Antonio last year. Tough loss.
Tough one.
But yeah, maybe one of these years is our year.
Being a Buffalo fan is proof that we are not all built equal. Mr. Mustache on the bottom right there. Please introduce
Oh,
yourself and your heritage,
mustache.
Mr. Mustache.
There's something else going on.
Yeah, you got some
Uh,
scruffy stuff going on.
yeah, I'm Austin. I'm a mediocre Pokemon player as well. A couple day twos here and there. Nothing crazy. Pretty active on Twitter. I met Anil in Toronto last year. He, I think, beat my ass in round two, I think.
Beat my ass is a
And we
little
kind
bit
of went from there.
harsher than I would put it, but sure.
I live in Ohio, so we got a ton of sports, some good, some bad. Lived up in Cleveland for a while, Browns fan. That was awful. I lived in Michigan for a couple years, hence the Lions jersey. Um, it's also unfortunate. And now I live close to Cincinnati, so who day?
Joe
We had
Shiesty.
a good day yesterday, and Ohio State too. Ohio State's been killing it. We got a big game. I guess at the time of recording this tomorrow against Michigan. So by the time this comes out, I'll probably know. But if we lose to them again, we're cutting Columbus off. So
Yeah, that's tough.
yeah, happy to be
It's
here.
a, it's a tough lineage for sure.
Three losses in a row to them, or maybe four. It might be four.
Mm,
I don't know. It's bad though. It's really bad.
Ann Arbor, Michigan. All right, so let me walk in this episode, guys. This is going to be an episode where we compare all of the top Pokemon decks to their athletic counterparts, or teams, or franchises, whatever it is. This is something that we did on Shift Gear a long, long time ago, per basically Anthony's request. Well, not really request, but it was his idea. So we did it on Shift Gear. Basically, the TLDR was that Patrick Mahomes was Charizard or something like that, and that's what we all got out of that. So we decided, let's run it back, let's do it again, and let's do it properly. So there's three of us. The format is going to be this. So we're going to have some slides on the screen starting in a bit for each meta deck. We had all three of the fellas submit their choices of what represented that deck the most, and what that means is up to the beholder. So it's vibe, it could be looks, it could be performance, it could be any of those things. So we all submitted them. We don't know each other's picks, and we got an independent third party. Shout out my boy Christian. I'm gonna put his links in the description below. Please check him out. He voluntarily took time out of his day to take all of our lists, find pictures, and make slides. So shout out, bro. He really saved us. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna go through each and every one and like rate them, kind of come to a consensus, discuss it a little bit, and then we'll move on to the next deck. All right, sound good, fellas?
And I think it's a good note. We were able to pick sports players or teams,
Yes.
so it could be either. It could be full team, anything related to sports, any sport.
Right on. So this is like a video that appeal to like 5% of you, but the 5% of you who do like it, you're gonna love it. So we're in
Oh
one of
yeah.
those right now. I don't have my Packers jersey with me, but we got bro in his Lions jersey, and we have a Bills jersey. So we got Josh Allen, Jared Goff, and Jose Barrios because I forgot my freaking jersey at home. All right, let's hop right into it, fellas. I'm gonna go to the first slide here. So bang. All right, first slide right in front of you. Gardevoir EX. We can start one by one, maybe explaining our choices and stuff. So let's start with that. We'll start with the one that's different. So let's start with Austin. Why do you think Gardevoir EX is Michael Jordan?
I mean, it should explain itself, right? Like,
Yeah.
actually, so I thought of Tom Brady after. I'm looking at your guys right now. You both picked Tom Brady. I thought of it after, and I was like, maybe, and I was really debating. Maybe I'm going to put Tom Brady instead because he's like the GOAT too. But I mean, I think Michael Jordan is like the GOAT of all GOATs. I mean, the NBA is huge. Gardevoir is huge. Gardevoir is going to go down in history. It's going to be notorious going down in history, and I'm sure that we're going to have a ton of. There's going to be a lot of back and forth when a new deck comes out in 5 years. Everybody's going to be like, "Whoa, do you remember Gardevoir from 5 years ago? Like that deck was a menace." There'll be a lot of debates between that, similar to the LeBron and Jordan debate of today.
Cool. All right, Anthony, talk us through Brady and why you do or do not agree with the Jordan analogy.
Yeah, I mean, Jordan was my second pick as well, but I will say, as far as the GOAT debate of all GOATs, I mean, it's got to be Tiger Woods. Like, I'm the golf guy on
Yeah.
this, but
Yeah, I think I agree
I
with you.
mean, Tiger is just like, come on. I
It's
mean,
either him or
but
Michael Phelps.
I had a little bit of a bonus pick at the end, so I left Tiger for that. Because, Tiger at his peak, I think, is the GOAT of all GOATs, but doesn't quite have the hardware like Jordan does. So, Jordan's a good pick. Brady's a good pick. No qualms with that, but I just feel like Brady was just the longevity. And I didn't really play back in the first iteration of Guardy, but it's won Worlds before. It's always had good cards. Shining Arcana, the new version, the older version than that. I mean, Brady, Jordan, they did it with a lot of different guys. So same thing as Guardy.
Yeah. I think I agree with that. I chose Tom Brady because I found Tom Brady to be kind of the Swiss Army knife of quarterbacks. He can throw slants, he throws short, he can pass up to running back, but he'll also bomb it down the field and hit Gronkowski for a 60-yard completion. There's also that random trick play they had in like the Super Bowl against, I think it was the Giants or whatever. So Tom Brady was like the Swiss Army knife of quarterbacks, the same way that Gardevoir is the Swiss Army knife of Pokemon cards. Gardevoir smacks you in the face for 300 with Drifloon. It'll pick off your basics with Screamtail. It'll tank you with the Gardevoir itself, or it'll item lock you with Frillish. So Gardevoir can do just about everything, and I think Tom Brady was my pick for that one. Honorable mentions, I was thinking Michael Phelps, just because he, excelled at so many different events. Like he did well in the butterfly, did well in the 400, the 100. What's that?
Yeah, you said Michael Phelps, and now I was thinking, man, I should have put Michael Phelps as somebody.
That's a
That's
good
a
one.
great athlete to pick. I mean, he is one of the greats, but I mean, spoiler alert, I did not use Michael Phelps for any of them. I didn't even think
Neither
of
did
him.
I. Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
So yeah, we're gonna have some misses here, but I mean we're starting off hot. I mean Jordan, Brady, can't debate that. Anything else, fellas? Are we settled on this? We're good.
Picks. Absolutely.
Yeah, don't forget that Brady is the NFL's favorite of all time, and Guardy is very clearly the Pokemon Company's favorite.
Okay, fair enough.
There's a little favorites there.
Okay, but look at Jordan. He's the NBA's like #1. Look at the shoe brand. Look at the clothing.
Yeah.
But you have the LeBron debate though, right? Like when it comes to Brady, like no one's close.
Debate is
Mahomes.
recency bias between younger people.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I'm old, so.
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, I actually saw Jordan play, so.
Yeah, I don't even think I was ever. Yeah, no, I never saw that guy play.
You didn't see him play.
Who we got with us here?
All right. So let's move on. Next one we have is Guardy Jelly. I've been told by our editor, Mr. Christian, that some of these are jokes. So I'm really excited for this. So Guardy Jelly, bang. What do we got?
I guess is that Tom Brady?
No.
All right. I think I should go first and explain this. So I chose.
Who is that?
It's Bartolo Colon. He's a pitcher for the Mets. So let me not lie. You guys said, you picked a separate one for Guardy Jelly, and I was really short for time. So I was like, who looks the most like a jellyfish? And I settled on Bartolo Colon. He was one of like the biggest dudes in history to ever play baseball. And as you can tell, Jelly is a little bit, bigger. So I decided to make that connection.
I just Googled his name because I didn't know who it was. Wikipedia first thing. Nicknamed Big Sexy.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
the first thing that comes up.
Right on. Big Sexy is a good way to describe him. So that's why I went for that. So I'm explaining Bartolo Colon. Doesn't make any sense, but I'll pass it off to, I think I went to Anthony first last time, so we'll go to Austin. Talk to us.
I mean, this should be self-explanatory based on we just talked about Guardy. I put Tom Brady as Guardy Jelly. I think that deck is also going to go down as disgustingly good, and there'll be debates for a long time, especially between item lock decks. I think Tom Brady was just my second GOAT pick, and the deck is just as good as regular Gardevoir currently. So, just another GOAT pick. Pretty bland pick, but
I like it.
It's fair.
All right, Dob.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Brady could have went for either variation, really. But the thing that started it all was Mahomes and Zard. And this was in Zard's, heyday, right after the Brazilian Zard stuff. And, went to a first couple of regionals and would just lose Zard every single time, no matter what deck I played. And it was just inevitable, and Guardy now feels inevitable. And being a Bills fan every year, no matter what happens, we beat him the regular season. We're up in the playoffs. We're at home. We're on the road. It's inevitable. He is going to come back and win. And that's how Guardy feels now. It's just inevitable.
Yeah.
I like the comeback aspect of that. Yeah, that's fair.
Checks out to me. All right, I think we're all on board with this one. Let's skip to the next one. You folks ready? Here we go. Bang.
I'm excited.
Goldango. We got some explaining to do here, fellas. Let's start. All right, Anthony, you go first. Talk to me. What the hell are we looking at here?
Yeah.
All right.
Curious explaining.
I struggled a little bit with Goldango. I just figured, Durant hits big numbers, right? He's kind of a one-trick pony, just scores a lot of points. Dango hits real big numbers. And, he couldn't really get it done in the big one until he got some help. And, Dango couldn't get it done in the big one until he got the rocks. And as soon as Durant teamed up with Golden State, he started winning some championships. Technically was the leading scorer, but, really needed those guys to get over the hump. So kind of a one-trick pony and doesn't really play defense. I don't know. I was kind of struggling with this one.
Honestly, that's a great analogy. I like that connection. I think that was good.
I do too.
Yeah. All right, Austin, take it away.
I mean, I got the greatest college football team to grace the earth here, and Goldango is the greatest deck to grace the game in quite a while. It was a little bit rough at first, They had some rough spots. Then they got the rocks, and now they are dominant. I mean, they can beat anyone. They can beat any deck. The deck can beat anything. It's got maybe it's one kryptonite here and there. You have to literally hard counter this deck to be able to beat it, in my opinion. With the rocks now that it's recently got, I don't see the deck taking an actual bad matchup into anything unless it's something not serious, like Crustle or Michigan, right?
Yeah. Or Michigan.
That's kind of where I'm coming from. I think the deck is insanely good. I think Ohio State is insanely good. It might be back-to-back champs this time around. So, they're hitting their peak, and I think Goldango is doing the same.
All right, I should have expected nothing less out of a Goldango sexual. On to mine. I put down Zlatan Ibrahimovic. This is one that many of y'all might not know. I think Dobney, you kind of knew who this was, right? You said you knew Messi, Ronaldo.
A soccer player with the goatee. I didn't know his name, but that's the guy.
Yeah, so this is the guy. The reason I chose Zlatan is it's very much like Goldango. He scores in bunches. He scores crazy goals. He's got a lot of power, but the consistency was questionable at times. So I have this analogy for Goldango. I'm a well-renowned Goldango disliker, and I didn't like Zlatan either. He scored a hat-trick against Toronto FC in one of his first games in the MLS, so bun that guy. So yeah, Zlatan is my guy for Goldango. I don't really have much else to say besides that. He has a goatee, and I don't know, Goldango is kind of goofy just like that too. So that's what I got.
He does kind of look like Goldango with whatever's going on with his neck there.
Right?
Yeah, he does.
A long neck.
Goldango vibes.
Yeah. So you got KD, Ohio State, and Zlatan wrapping up the Goldango. All right. On to the next. Here we go. Bang.
Oh, boy.
We got Dragapult. So,
yeah,
fellas, this one makes a lot of sense. I think we're all... Yeah, I'll start for this one. So I think Dragapult's Leo Messi. The reason being Messi's an incredible football player, very well-rounded, assists, goals, chances created, passes, whatever it is. I know I'm 2 for 2 on soccer references here, and I don't know how much people really watch soccer, but this one felt fitting. I just think of a Messi peppered pass behind the back line, just like a Phantom Dive with spreading six. That's kind of just the analogy I make in my mind. So that's what I got. All right, Austin, you're up next.
LeBron James, another absolute GOAT. I do think my thought process here was Dragapult was super dominant for a while, it was undisputed BDIF. LeBron for a while was undisputed best player in the league, super dominant. And as of recently, he's getting older, as one does. He's starting to fall off a little bit. He still is very consistent. He's very good. Dragapult is still very consistent and very good. It's got a lot of tricks, and it can still it can still handle those bright lights, but it's starting to decline, and I see that decline continuing a little while until at least Gardevoir rotates. But I'm not thinking that far ahead.
All right, Dob, what do you got?
Yeah, I think Austin kind of did the same thing that I did, where Guardy is very clearly better. So, he obviously thinks Jordan is better than LeBron, and I'm obviously, regrettably, admitting that Mahomes is better than Allen. So, you got the GOAT versus the guy that, people debate is the best player. So, as a Josh Allen fan, he's got all the tools. He's self-sufficient. Polt doesn't really need a partner, right? It could have Charizard, it could have this, it could have Dusk, but it doesn't really need it. Josh Allen doesn't have any receivers, doesn't really have a defense, but he gets it all done by himself. He's got a first stage draw engine. But at the end of the day, he's going to get close. He's just going to end up losing to Mahomes, just like Polt's going to lose to Gardy.
Nice. I like that. He has either Keon Coleman, Stephon Diggs, or no one, but it really doesn't matter because he's Josh Allen, just like Dragon Ball.
It's Josh Allen. He could be throwing to me and you.
Yeah, exactly. He could throw to us. It'd be the same situation.
I mean, he kind of is.
Yeah, it might as well be. All right, I like
but
that.
I mean, Rowan did put him as tier 0 in the tier list live.
That is true.
Shout out Rowan.
That is true.
Reverse shout out Rowan. That couldn't have been right.
Jared Goff's definitely not above Josh Allen. I'll tell you that.
Fine, that's fine.
Yeah.
I accept that.
Okay, this is the first one where I think we all agree. Like, this was a good slate of 3 that I think we chose here. I think we're all off to a good start. All right, on to the next one. Here we go. Bang. We got Absol Box. What the hell am I looking at, bro? What happened here?
They get.
What the?
Yo, Wemby's a good one. I was gonna pick Wemby too.
Yeah,
so yeah. Wemby, Yamamoto, and Derrick Henry rounding out the 3.
Henry.
Let's start with the most outrageous one. We got to talk about Yamamoto. Please walk us in here.
Okay, this one, I mean, I was locked in. This is perfect. So, First of all, you have the Japan connection. Right? You have Yamamoto coming over from Japan and heisting our American sport. You have all the Japanese coming to, I mean, it's not America, but Australia. They dominate the Australian major.
Yep.
They dominate LAIC with it. And they're probably going to dominate more tournaments with it. Number 2, I was trying to find something that it was like a kind of unheralded player that won very quickly, but was in the right system. So obviously Yamamoto goes to the Dodgers, already proven system, wins 2 in a row. Absol comes out of nowhere, has toured and all the Japanese playing it, wins 2 right off the bat. So it was kind of more of that connection. But I mean, I like Wemby. I think that might be the better one.
Incredible. All right, Mr. Victor Wembanyama, please explain.
Yeah, I do. I like this pick a lot, actually. I ended up changing it like after I did my whole list because I wanted to throw Wemby in there, and I thought, okay, Absol box, Tord box, whatever you want to call it. It's a really good one for Wemby. He's, newer to the league. He's super dominant in the right situation that he's in, and he absolutely mops the floor with anyone who has any inexperience or doesn't know how to play against someone like him because he's just insanely tall. And I think he can really expose players for not knowing how to play against somebody that tall. Similarly, Absolbox fully exposes players for not being as well trained in the matchup or not exactly know what the Absolbox is doing as they're doing it. They might discard your Turo turn 1 with Claw of Darkness just to turn around 8 turns later and clutch you out of the game, and they've set it up so you can't win. And I think Wemby just exposes some of that as well. And I thought he was just a solid pick for this recently dominant deck.
Very well. I actually think you guys both kind of hit this one on the head more than I did. This was one of the last ones I was like trying to relate, and I couldn't figure anything out. So I chose Derrick Henry. The reason being because like Absol Box kind of moves like a truck, right? It gets turbo energized once, and then you're relying on that one Absol to carry you through the entire game. It's kind of like Derrick Henry. Once he starts going, he's a truck. He's got velocity. You're not stopping, bro. He's just going, right? So it's like Absol. You got one Absol to sweep the game. You got one Derrick Henry to sweep the game. If Derrick Henry gets moving, he's probably scoring. So that's kind of where I was getting at with the whole Derrick Henry Absol Box connection, but I'll admit it wasn't my best work. So
I think Absol Box tries to use clutch in the middle to try to like get to your next Absol. Like you're right, it does power up to the first one, but then it needs something mid game to get your second one out.
Yeah, it needs
maybe third and 1 Lamar run, kind of. I can see it. It's a stretch, but I can see it.
Exactly. And this photo is of him on the Titans, which is even more fitting because you have the Ryan Tannehill incompletion in between, just to spice it up a little bit.
Oh, thank God you didn't use the run against the Bills where he stiff armed Josh Norman into oblivion.
That one was a good one too.
Beast. What a monster.
All right, another good one here, fellas. I like this. All right, moving on. Here we go. Bang. We got Marnie's Grimmsnarl. What the hell is going on here? So We have the Greek national team. We have the Kansas City Chiefs and Justin Herbert.
Okay.
Let's start with the Kansas City Chiefs. Please explain.
Oh, what deck is this? Okay, so Marty's Grimsnarl, I think, is a terrible deck. I think it's a fraudulent deck. And I think currently the Kansas City Chiefs are terrible and fraudulent. I think they have kind of this cult following of people that just absolutely love the team and are diehard Kansas City Chiefs fans and will make excuses for why they deserve the Super Bowls that they have and everything. But if you look at last season and look what happened to them in the Super Bowl in a very uncompetitive game, I think that's exactly what Marty's Grimsnarl does. It's got a cult following. It's got people that play it. They play it to a very high level, and then they get to where, they get up there. They get to where the best players are, and they just get absolutely shit on. Like, they just get obliterated.
That is a hot take.
Because I think the deck has
That's a hot take.
Some core issues.
It's a very hot take.
And I think the Kansas City Chiefs at their core have some serious issues right now.
You sound like a Bills fan.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, I'm way more of a Bills fan than I'm not a Kansas City fan. No.
Yeah, I'm
Bills.
I'm the NFC North, and I think the team I hate the most in the league is either the Chiefs or the Niners. Like, I think everybody hates the Chiefs. Pretty unanimously.
You're either a massive Chiefs fan or you hate them. There's no in between. And I feel like you're a massive Marty's Grimsnarl fan. You play it all the time, or you just hate the deck and say that it's bad.
Yeah, it's a good analogy. Off to the one that I think I understand the least so far on this list. Why is Justin Herbert Marty's Grimsnarl?
All right, so this is going to be our first cut because I have to turn some lights on because this is a dark house.
Okay, sure. First cut. Here we go.
And I look stoned, and I'm.
All right, he looks stoned.
You can also say that I said a bad word before this, and you got to cut that out.
You said a bad word?
Yeah, I said, get shit on or something.
Oh, I didn't even hear it, so it doesn't count. For the record, I'm leaving this in because this is kind of hilarious. So we're not actually cutting this out. We're leaving this in.
All right, you need to go. Put the light on. I'm trying to give you the cuts for the cuss words. Okay.
Yeah, nobody take your clothes off or anything because this is staying in the video. So even though we're even though we're apparently cut, we're not. All right, Dobby. Now you look red and you look like Kyle Schwarber a little bit, but you're back.
All right, well, he's a beast. So
yeah, he's a beast. All right, carry on.
All right, so first of all, as much as I would love for the Chiefs to be Grimsnarl, I mean, come on. They've won 3 out of 4 Super Bowls, 3 straight. They've won 3 out of 4. I mean, I would love for them to fall at the end, but come on.
Didn't they win 2 straight and then they failed on the 3rd?
Yeah, so they've made 3 of the last 3, but they've won 3 of 4.
Okay.
No, they won 3 of 5.
No, they won 2.
They won one before though too.
They won 3.
Oh, right. They won, lost, won,
exactly.
lost.
Yep.
Yeah, they won 1 with Tyreek and then 2 without Tyreek. So,
fine.
Yeah, trust me, I know all about the Chiefs.
Yeah, you're.
So,
all right, now I got cut because you said the F word.
Oh shit!
All right, dude, I'm cutting. All right, we're back. We had to cut it out because someone said the F word. It wasn't me for once. So.
The Chiefs get me fired up. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. Potty mouth, please continue with your Justin Herbert explanation.
All right, so Justin Herbert, honestly, kind of exactly what Austin said about the Chiefs. They just, they have a cult following. Justin Herbert has a social media cult following. All the advanced stats nerds are like, this guy's the best, right? He's a social media quarterback. He can make all the throws. He can do all the fancy shit. But at the end of the day, he's trying to do too much. And Marty's Grimsnarl is trying to do too much, right? It's just trying to do all this Devo stuff. It's got the energy excel, but it doesn't have a draw engine. And Justin Herbert just doesn't have that dog in him. So that's where I was.
He's dating Madison Beer.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, maybe he's got the dog there. But as far as winning goes, he doesn't have the dog there.
Fair enough. All right, I'll pretend to understand that one. So for mine, we have the Greek national team. So for
what
those,
sport is that? What is this?
So for those unfamiliar, like Austin Charles, the Greek national team in 2004 won the Euro Cup. It's either 2004, 2006. I believe it's 2004. And they basically invented haram ball, which is like a term we use now in the soccerverse to refer to like unconventional soccer playing. And like, so when my team is bad that I'm coaching, I always tell them like, hey, let's play haram ball. And what that means is you hold 10 guys behind the ball, you let your striker move, and you hope to win off a penalty or some kind of like just garbage. And so you're sitting there playing 10 guys behind the ball. Yeah, just like the Greek national team. Grimmsnarl tends to stall out, countercatcher, evil tall, BS, while you're frostlassing a monkey door in your opponent's whole board. So that's the connection.
Sure.
The Greek national team
All
would
right.
sit back, hold 9 to 10 guys back, and hope to score off a pen. The same way Marty's Grimmsnarl just tries to buy time.
So like Marty's Grimmsnarl, don't put a 2-prizer in play. Leave a 1-prize board so you get at least 2 more turns and hope your opponent is trash.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Greece
Hope
won
they don't
1-0
play
in that
picnic
final.
basket. Yeah. All right.
There you go.
Well, I had an honorable mention, a couple that
Okay.
are very similar to yours, which was Tim Wakefield, the OG knuckleball pitcher,
Okay, I like that.
or the Dolphins team that had Ricky Williams and Ronnie Brown, both rushed for 1,000 yards with no quarterback. They would just run Wildcat on every single play. But I thought those were both a little bit dated,
Yeah.
so I didn't want to do those.
I like the first one.
I
I was
get the
actually going to put an R.A. Dickey as one of these. I don't know if you know R.A. Dickey.
Ooh,
Yeah, it's a
that's
classic cut.
Hmm.
So I was thinking about that. All right, anyways, this is good. I like this, guys. I think none of ours made sense on that one, so that's a miss.
no, that was a tough one.
Yeah, that was a tough one. All right,
Marty's Grimmsnarl.
up next, here we go. Bang.
I'm worried.
We got
Oh yeah,
we got Tiger. I don't know why this screen keeps
Okay.
popping up. We got Tiger, Sidney Crosby, and Mahomes. So
Mahomes is back.
Mahomes is back to Charizard.
Uh.
I'll start us off because I think this one was obvious. Patrick Mahomes is Charizard. He's inevitable. It'll keep coming back over and over and over. No matter how much you hate this guy, he's coming back. And he's red. He plays for a red team, just like Charizard. I don't know. Just the connection just makes too much sense. Andy Reid is Pidgeot. Patrick Mahomes is Charizard. And Travis Kelce is like Duskull or something. He keeps just blowing up his legs and getting injured. But that's all I got.
Taylor Swift is Psyduck.
Taylor Swift can be
Yep.
Psyduck, yeah. Yeah. And Brittany Mahomes can be, I don't know, like Arvin or something. Anyways, they're all just supports. And I think that it's just the most obvious one that Charizard is Patrick Mahomes. And that's all I got for that. So let's switch it off to the most intriguing one, Sidney Crosby. Please walk us through this.
Oh man.
yeah. I mean, this whole idea started with Mahomes being Charizard. So I wanted to make Mahomes Charizard, but I thought the analogy of Polt being Allen and Mahomes being Guardy was too nice
Yeah.
to not do that. So I agree with Anil basically, but I tried to find somebody out of football, and Crosby at the end of the day, he can play with anyone, right? So Zard can be with Polt, it can be with Dunsparce, it can be with Pidgeot, it can be with anything, right? I mean, I've seen some crazy Zard builds. You can pair it with anything and it works. And Crosby can play with anyone, it works. But it also gets overshadowed by some of its counterparts. Guardy, Bolt now, a lot of other decks where Zard's like always been really good, but never really gotten the credit other than a couple of times the way it should. And Ovi has always overshadowed Crosby, especially now with the record breaking, and now McDavid overshadowing Crosby. So more or less like one of the best, but never really regarded as one of the best.
Okay, I like that. Austin, talk to us about Tiger Woods.
I mean, I'm going to disagree a little bit with what you said there at the end. I think that Zard in its prime, when it had like Rotom, Polt wasn't in the format or it hadn't released because Badoo was not out, Charizard was a dominant force. Like BDIF, uncontested, best deck in format. It won multiple regionals in a row. All the big names were playing it. As soon as that Brazilian list was cracked, Azul brought it over, won Toronto, and then a ton of other players started winning regionals all over the world with it. I think Charizard in its prime was one of the greatest of all time. And it had a great Gardevoir matchup. It was the only thing keeping Gardevoir out of pure domination. I don't know if there was somebody in Tiger Woods' prime you could make that comparison to. I don't know golf that well, but I do know that it started to fall off a little bit. And, Tiger Woods, he's obviously gotten way older. And as soon as I would consider when Badoo released, that was kind of like when Tiger Woods got a DUI. So, it's kind of like it follows a similar
Oh,
track. So
man.
I think in its prime, greatest of all time, one of the greatest to ever do it. And it's getting older and it's about to rotate, and it definitely doesn't see the same success that it used to, but it can still come in and spike a tournament here and there. Like shout out Jackson Ford. So
Badoo and a DUI. Yeah, I see a lot of similarities.
So Badoo's a drunk driver.
Yeah, Badoo is a drunk driver, actually. Itchy paw and all over the place.
Charizard's a drunk driver after he gets Badooed.
That is true, actually. Charizard's
There you go.
Charizard's worse than a drunk driver. He's an angry drunk. As soon as you take a couple prizes, this guy's swinging.
Yep.
He's like that one boy. You go to the bar, he tries to fight everyone. That one guy. We know a couple of those. Good lord.
Do we ever?
Yeah, do we ever? Need to. There's a few group chats.
Shout out the dungeon.
Yeah, the dungeon.
Shout out the dungeon. Shout out that Milwaukee bar with the punching bag.
That's some good stuff. All right, let's move on to the next one. This one was pretty good, guys. I like it. We got next one. Bang. We got Terrabox. Why am I looking at
here we go.
what the hell?
WNBA making it in.
All right.
Oh, just wait.
This is good. I like this a lot. So I'll start with mine because I think it's intriguing. I got Manny Pacquiao as mine.
I was like, is that really Manny Pacquiao?
This one's a deep cut. I'm not gonna lie. Manny Pacquiao, I have him up there because he reminds me of Teal Mask Ogerpon, or not Teal Mask, the Wellspring Mask Ogerpon. He just comes in and bop bop bop, quick fist, right? It's 100 your bench, you're dead, right? That's the Manny Pacquiao life. And then when he's not like rapid firing, it's a Pikachu. It's a quick uppercut. It's a blow, right? You're done. So I think there's a lot of relations between those two decks. Obviously, Manny Pacquiao needs a knock towel. I don't really know where that analogy goes. I haven't thought of Manny Pacquiao's support system. But yeah, so I think Terrabox is
Manny Pacquiao's a great pick.
What's that?
Yeah, Manny Pacquiao's a great pick.
Thank you.
Yeah, I like that.
Thank you. We'll move on to the next most intriguing one, Caitlin Clark.
All right, so Caitlin, let's say Terrabox is the deck that puts Noctowl on the map. There's no other deck that can really use Noctowl the way that Terrabox uses Noctowl. People would not care about Noctowl really if it wasn't for Terrabox, because Terrabox makes Noctowl an insane engine, right? Terrabox does everything. You got the Grass Pond for the weakness. You got the Pikachu to nuke everything, like Golden Ghost and stuff, and then you got the Wellspring to just take everything. I mean, I really think that there's not any amazing Noctowl decks except one, and it is Terrabox. And you can draw parallels to that. Caitlin Clark has put the WNBA on the map, similar to how Terrabox keeps Noctowl relevant. And I think that Caitlin Clark is the greatest WNBA player easily. And there's a little bit of competition here and there. Some people in the WNBA might take offense to it a little bit. Like, come on, I use Noctowl too. Like, look how good I use Noctowl. But at the end of the day, if I'm picking up a Noctowl deck, you better believe it's going to be Terrabox, because all the other ones can't compete with it. That's my opinion.
This is the wrong call to be talking about Noctowl not being a This is the wrong call. You have two like absolute Flareon sexuals in here, but anyways, I'll defer to you.
Well, hold on, Flareon is on this list. Just wait.
Yeah, but like Noctowl has more uses than just Terrabox. Come on, man. Come on. That's dismissive to our king.
What are you saying? Like Charizard Noctowl?
Flareon.
I'm not a big fan. I don't know if Flareon's that good.
You're a hater, bro. Anyways, Baltimore Ravens, please explain.
All right.
So, I mean, would Crispin be Angel Reese?
I'm gonna say that I picked Angel Reese for a different deck on this list.
Oh man.
Oh wow, you went 2 WNBA.
Yes, I did.
Angel Reese is actually a really good pick for something in this list.
I'm a big WNBA fan.
Looking forward to that.
Shut up,
I wanted to pick Lamar Jackson, but I already had 7 quarterbacks on the list. I just went with the full team. And, it's more of just like, a team that can do everything, right? They got Henry, they got Lamar, they got receivers, they got good tight ends, good defense. They don't really do anything the best. And every year, they make it to the top and then they just lose. So at the end of the day, Terrabox, I don't think they'll ever win the big one, but they have potential in the right situation to do it. But yeah, this was a tough one for me.
Okay. I like that. I think that's a good analogy.
Yeah, Terrabox has no regional wins, does it?
I don't think so.
Does it have any finals? Has it made finals at all?
I think it's been in the finals once.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll have to check that out. I like that. Good work, boys. That was a good one. All right, next one. Bang. We got Raging Bolt with... Oh, my God. Dylan Brooks, Aaron Hernandez, and Jalen Hurts. Jesus Christ, guys. All right. We gotta let's start with the elephant in the room. Why the hell did you choose Aaron Hernandez?
All right, hear me out for a second, okay? Raging Bolt had the greatest run ever in Milwaukee 2 years ago. It was an insane pick. Shaman was not in the format. It was dominating. But every other time during Raging Bolt's life, the deck has been awful, like awful. So I think that, Aaron Hernandez hit his peak really quick.
Okay.
The dude was incredible. And then it all came crashing down as soon as, in this case, Shaman released, Gardevoir took over, and that deck is literally unplayable. You play that deck if you want to beat exactly Zoroark, and you can't beat anything else. The deck is like absolutely awful, but there was so much hype behind it when it first released and it was discovered. There was so much hype behind Aaron Hernandez. He was absolutely dominating the league.
Yeah.
And then terrible circumstances, terrible things happened, and now it totally has faded into irrelevance, and that is where it will stay.
All right, that's class. I can't argue with that. All right, I don't even know how to follow that up. Jalen Hurts, please explain.
So is there going to be like a Mahone documentary on Raging Bolt similar to the Netflix Aaron Hernandez?
I think there has to be.
Might
the
need
rise of it at the beginning, the winning of a regional, and then the absolute crash and burn.
I think it would need a DQ to kind of correlate.
Yeah.
But Jalen Hurts, at the end of the day, like it has won the big one. Jalen Hurts has won the big one. And nobody really thinks that it's top 5 at its position at any point, right? Like you have some diehards that will go to bat for it and say, he's a real quarterback, that's a real deck, but let's be honest, like nobody actually thinks that. So, that was my comparison there. Honestly, kind of could have put Lamar here too, but Jalen Hurts is a better example.
Okay, I like that. I
You
think
Raging Bolt was top 5 when it won?
No, I'm saying that like even when Hurts won, like nobody really thought he was one.
Yeah,
of the
fair.
top
I agree with that line of thought. Yep.
he's like the
Like, he just
forgotten
had-
QB of the league at all times. Like people don't care
He's
about
never
this
the
guy.
star of the show,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
he's making it run. He's working.
In the right circumstances, it can work. Like, he does what he does well, but not that great.
Yeah, I agree with that. Okay, I like those. Mine is Dylan Brooks because
That's a great one too.
because Raging Bolt is just like Dylan Brooks, bro. It's just like gonna smack you over and over until you get pissed off. Like there's not much more to say than that. Raging Bolt is Dylan Brooks. Honorable mention, I had Isaiah Stewart really high on mine as well, just because of the punching nature of his actions.
Oh,
Like that time he tried
really
to kill LeBron.
Under the raging.
Yeah, he's raging
On
Isaiah Stewart.
our test.
Yeah. So we have a lot of good stuff here. Any other honorable mentions from you folks before I move on?
I don't think so. I had to save all the crazy ones for the other decks that are similar to Raging Bull, so we'll get to them.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had Aaron Donald as well as one of them when he put his helmet on just to go back on the field and start a fight.
Okay, who was that Browns player that hit the
Miles
player with his
Garrett.
helmet? Miles
Oh,
Garrett.
yeah, Miles
I can see
Garrett.
Miles Garrett fitted. That's an honorable mention.
That's a good
for
one.
Sure.
I like that.
Yeah.
All right, on to the next. That was a good one. That was funny. We got the next one. Bang. We got Sarah Ledge. There's a shirtless man on my screen. We got Aaron Judge. Who am I looking? Is that Jacoby Brissett?
That is Jameis Winston.
That's Jameis Winston?
Oh, yeah.
Really? He looks way bigger there than I thought that he
That
was.
does not look like Jameis Winston. All right. We'll go to you first, Jameis Winston.
All right. So, just a guy that has all the talent in the world, hits all the big numbers. But at the end of the day, he's never going to win anything because, he had his 30 touchdown, 30 interception, 5,000 yard season.
Yeah.
But, with 30 interceptions, you're not going to win anything, let's be honest. So, but everyone can recognize after that Giants game a couple weeks ago, just give this guy a chance. Put Sarah Ledge in the hands of a top player, and let's see what happens. Nobody good plays him. So how do you know if it's good or not? I've always said I think the deck's pretty good, but Jameis Winston, number 1 overall pick, maybe could be something, but no one's ever going to give him a chance. So at the end of the day, he's not going to win anything, but maybe there's some potential there. And Sarah Ledge looks like he might steal some crab legs like Jameis did.
That is true. I like that analogy. That shirtless man on my screen is like tiny. Is that Mike Tyson?
It is. Yeah.
Okay,
it is.
Mike Tyson, take it away.
Wish he would have captured the tattoo on his face. That would have really sent it home.
Yeah.
So I would say if Mike Tyson, if you were like, hey, Mike, you want to play Pokemon TCG, here's your options, and here's a brief description of what each deck does. He's going straight to Sarah Ledge. He's like, you know what? I only have to evolve one thing, and then I can just hit 300 damage every turn, and then on that last turn I can take 3 prize cards, and I just get to draw 30 cards on my first turn, 25 cards on my second turn. I'm in. Hit hard, super fast, doesn't take a lot of outplaying, doesn't you can't really be outplayed because your deck does one thing, but it does it super well. I think it was screaming Mike Tyson to me.
I like it. I like it a lot. I chose
That's
Aaron
good.
Judge. The reason I chose Aaron Judge is because Aaron Judge hits bombs. He plays in Yankee Stadium, the easiest ballpark in the league to hit bombs. All he does
True.
is hit bombs. And so when you match Aaron Judge, a really high average guy, a lot of home runs, Sarah Ledge very consistent. You know you're going to hit what you hit. It's going to ramp up pretty fast. Aaron Judge has actually been a notorious slow starter a couple times in his career. So maybe like Sarah Ledge, he hits soft at the beginning, then he really starts to ramp up. Aaron Judge is a guy you don't want to see in the playoffs just the same way you don't want to see a Sarah Ledge in top 8 because it's that wild card and you don't know what you're going to get out of it. So I have Aaron Judge
True.
as Sarah Ledge, but I like your guys' ones as well. I think the Jameis Winston
can't.
one really spoke to me too. I like it.
I just wanted to get Jameis on the list, to be honest with
500
you.
yards, 6 interceptions.
Yeah,
Put him in.
I'm in. I like it, boys. All right, this is just getting better and better. We got 5 more. Let's go. Bang. We got
All right.
N Zorark. Trey Savage, Eli Manning, and Chris Paul have entered the chat. It just gets weirder and weirder, doesn't it? Let's start. Let's start with Trey Savage. Please talk to me about this one.
I mean, I had to throw this guy in there for my Canadians on the call.
Hey,
I
respect,
watched this
bro.
guy for the first time in the World Series, and rookie pick, and he was incredible. I thought there was a ton of buzz around him, and I mean, he has an incredible future ahead of him playing for that team or whatever team. And I think look at Enzorark. Deck kind of came out of nowhere, kind of a rookie pick, but it has potential to win tournaments. And if you look ahead, what's coming for that deck, it is going to be absolutely dominant. And I think that based on what I watched in the World Series from this guy, I was drawing a lot of parallels between the two.
Lovely. I like that. That's good. It's a good hometown pick. It's how you get brownie points, especially when you got to stay at my house in January. It's
I was
good
trying to
brownie
I was
points.
trying to pick. I was like, oh, I gotta pick someone from Canada.
Yeah.
Definitely this guy is who I cared to watch during the World Series.
I like it. All right, Eli Manning. Please explain.
I mean, Eli is the GOAT killer, right? I mean, he
Mm-hmm.
took down Brady twice in the Super Bowl. It doesn't really make sense why he won games, but he just did. Like, nobody thinks that Zoroark's really like that powerful of a deck, but it just wins sometimes in the right hands. And Eli just beat everybody in the playoffs twice and had really good playoff success, even though he was kind of an average quarterback. So that was my thought process.
I love it. I had Chris Paul because I think Enzorg is a very slow, methodical deck, picks his places, just like Chris Paul picks his passes, and he's retiring at the end of the year, so I had to throw Bro in here somewhere. I think Chris Paul is the guy for Enzorg. A lot of different lines he can take. He's been a scorer, he's been a shooter, he's been a passer, he's been a rebounder, whatever, just like Enzorg. And I don't know. It just made sense to me. I love how 3 grown men can sit here and talk about comparing athletes to Pokemon cards. I just think it's really a beautiful thing.
Honorable mention for this one, Al Horford.
Al Horford's a good one, actually. I like that.
That's
Like,
my
Yeah, I
honorable
like that.
mention because look at Zorak from back in the day. Al Horford's been around a long time, same ability. Deck used to be super dominant, and I think it's coming up to be very similar.
I was gonna say Joe Burrow, honorable mention, just because Zorak seems like just like Joe Burrow, he's 1 or 2 tools away from being the best, right? And Zorak needs a couple more
Oh,
attackers. Joe Burrow needs
so
a
true.
defense and an O line, and then you might want
And
to
then
shoot.
it's free Super Bowls after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Chase and Higgins aren't enough. He needs more.
No, he needs an O line and a defense, not the receivers. Receivers are fine. And my boy Chase Brown, he's
He can't
Canadian.
score
You know,
30 and lose. He can't score
Chase
30 points and
Brown.
lose.
yeah.
Come on, you guys. As a Josh Allen fan, give me Chase and Burrow, or give me Chase and Higgins and see what happens.
Yeah,
Well, sure,
exactly.
but your team's not getting 35, 40 points dropped on their head by some scrubs
Yeah,
because
dude.
you have a
Yeah,
defense.
you're right. I'm just very bitter.
These guys going to Vegas, they're holding the 45 piece. Like, that's ridiculous. It's absolutely insane. Okay, good stuff so far. We got 4 left. Let's keep going. Bang. We got Joltik Box, the Toronto Maple Leafs, Rob Gronkowski, and DeMar DeRozan. We'll start with easily the most controversial one, the Toronto Maple Leafs. Please, please explain.
Oh, I am sorry. I wanted to do the Sabres, but
Yeah.
they're just not good enough to even be on the list.
Hmm.
So, Maple Leafs every year they have the offense, right? Like they can do it. They have a game plan and they execute it well. But as soon as they get to the playoffs, they just lose. And, as soon as Joltik gets to the upper echelon of the tournament, it's just going to lose. So it's inevitable that they're not going to make it all the way, but it's still like a functioning good deck, and the Maple Leafs are a good functioning team. And even the fans in the Maple Leafs know this, and even the best Joltik players know this.
Okay, I like that. I think that's a good analogy. Austin, go ahead.
And you had him fooled though in Game 7 of the World Series in like the 7th or 8th inning, and we were fooled. We thought the Maple Leafs were it.
The Maple Leafs? You got the wrong team. Time with the Blue Jays.
Oh, is this hockey? We're talking about hockey. My bad. my bad.
I
don't know anything about hockey.
That's good. I like that.
Hold on, my children are screaming.
All
Just
right.
keep going.
Go ahead. Please explain your Gronkowski pick.
I think it's pretty self-explanatory, right? Dude might have a little bit of CTE here and there. He had a great career. I think that Joltik box players, maybe they got a little CTE too. Maybe it helps them play a little better.
That is crazy.
They don't have to think about too many lines. They're gonna hit that prime catch return 2 or not. They're gonna jolting charge or they're gonna lose. They're gonna go second or they're gonna lose. So I think when I think of Rob Gronkowski, great guy. Everyone that I've ever met that plays Joltik box, amazing people, and they really are very linear in how they think about the game and what they want to do, and their deck kind of reflects that, and they can only really function one way, and it works well, and they do their thing very well.
That's crazy.
But that was kind of my opinion. I thought Rob Gronkowski was a great pick for this deck.
That's pretty good. This might be the first Pokemon TCG video in history. It's going to be marked R for coarse language. We've dropped a few bombs today, so we're going to...
Wait, I didn't there.
You just dropped a fat bomb right before Dobney
What?
went to go get his kid.
Aw.
It's all good. Doesn't
No,
matter.
I didn't. No, I didn't.
I'll show you later, buddy. It's okay.
Okay.
I think it's hilarious. I think it's great. If you're a Ute, just please don't watch this. Anyways, I got DeMar DeRozan. Reason being,
Wait.
yo,
Wait, I got a Gronk story for you guys.
all right, go ahead.
I'm here for it.
So Gronk is the pride of Williamsville, New York, which is about 10 minutes from where I grew up, right outside of Buffalo. And when I was in high school, I worked at a chain restaurant called Bonefish Grill.
Okay.
And Gronk was dating the hostess at our restaurant. And he got drafted to the Patriots, and he pulls up in an Escalade and says, "Baby, I'm sorry, but I can't see you anymore." And he walks out of the restaurant. And he has literally had an Escalade with the Patriots logo where the Cadillac was.
Man.
And she never heard from him again. I worked there for 2 years.
Way.
Yeah, true story. So
way.
shout out
Cut off his-
Gronk and his gym locally. And I'm not sure he comes back to Buffalo ever, but good for him.
Do Joltik players have Riz? Is that a thing?
Do they? I don't know about that.
I feel like they don't.
I'm not sure that was Riz. I think that was just
He
money.
was cutting off his day ones. He got a taste of the fame, and he just cut everyone off.
Yeah, but
Cut everyone.
you got to have some sort of Riz/confidence to be able to walk into a shop and do
True.
that.
He was very confident. I think Joltik players are very confident.
That's
I think
true.
they see you flip over a Zorua, and they're more confident than they've ever been.
That is true. That is true. So then it's fitting that I walk in my pick. So I picked DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah.
Reason being, when you play Joltik, you know what your game plan is every time. When you draft DeMar DeRozan and or trade for him, you know what's happening every time. It's a 15, 20-foot ISO jumper 2 every single time.
So true.
And we
100%
watched him play for years in Toronto, and he was awesome. I love watching DeMar. But just like Joltik Box, I don't think DeMar has what it takes to be on a championship team. That type of player isn't suitable to today's NBA anymore. I think it's too much ISO, too much hero ball, and I love the dude. I wish he'd come back to Toronto and I don't know, just retire here. But I think it's kind of outdated. The same way I don't think Joltik Box can win a major because once you play against good players, you're kind of cooked. So I think there's a lot of similarities there. You really know what you're getting. I think for all three of us, our underlying message was: it's Joltik. You know what you're getting, but you also know the final outcome. I think is what we're all getting at.
Yeah,
So,
I agree.
good choices there, fellas. I like it. Three more. Tearing through here. We got Flareon, Sidney Crosby, Angel
You see
Reese,
what I'm
and the
saying now?
Oakland Athletics.
Yes.
Let's start with Angel Reese, man. What do you got to say?
I mean, here we go. We'll play off the Caitlin Clark situation, right?
All right.
Caitlin Clark keeps Noctowl on the map. Flareon is kind of like not the Noctowl deck's not as well loved sibling. I mean, Flareon is just not Terrabox. It's
Yeah.
just not. It's
Well,
way
Flareon's got a fat ass.
There you go.
It's way less consistent. It's way less popular, and overall, pound for pound is just the worst deck. And I think, Flareon players are going to be like, well, you don't play Noctowl for just Terrorbox, you play Noctowl for me too. And I think that is kind of the reason that I picked Angel Reese for Flareon, because both decks are keeping Noctowl alive right now, but one is clearly superior.
That was incredible.
That's my opinion. Is Angel Reese a good good WNBA player? Of course. She's very tall. She gets a ton of rebounds. I think she might have the most rebounds in the league or something.
Yeah.
Flareon can get wins, but the lights are bright. The deck's inconsistent. It lost to a really good matchup in finals of a regional recently. So
we're just gonna ignore
it's got some issues.
Dobney's comment about Flareon's backside, but I'll let him explain.
I couldn't comment on that.
Yeah, I for legal reasons, I'm not touching that. Oakland
I will
Athletics.
say Flareon is like my favorite Pokemon or top 5.
But you won't play the deck.
Correct, for obvious reasons.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and also, I mean, me and Anil were texting each other last weekend. Like, Angel Reese missed layups. Flareon in that matchup last week at LAIC, getting a top cut. I mean, come on.
Yo, that was some of the worst gameplay I've ever. Like, I'm very sympathetic for people on stream. I'm like, it's hard. I've been there. Like, I get it. That was egregiously bad.
I mean, sorry to Jorge. I got 7 family members named George, but at the end of the day, that was tough.
Oh, it's tough out there.
Rip Jorge, man. That was tough. That was tough. But shout out, bro, for repping our deck. Like, at the end of the day, we're proud of you.
Yeah, I mean, if I was on stream, I would probably screw up too.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly.
My worst nightmare is being on stream and playing Flareon. That sounds like that is my worst nightmare.
That, you see, on the contrary, that's my wet dream. That sounds like so much fun. I would be so locked in, like I'm taking like 50 Adderalls on that stream. I will be so locked into that.
I'd turn one nest ball for a hoot when I got 2 fan rotoms chilling in my deck.
Yeah, it's one of those. All right,
shout
Oakland Athletics.
Shout out on Amphetamines at regionals.
Sorry.
Nothing.
I don't even know if I want to know what the hell you just said.
I mean, you mentioned the Adderall. I shout out on amphetamines.
Oh. Is there a way to like mark this not even appropriate for 18-year-olds? Because we might be entering that territory. All right.
No, you're kidding me? Every 18-year-old's prescribed that shit anyways.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, there he goes again. He ripped it again.
He's ripping it, bro. He's ripping it. He's just having fun. I'll go to mine since he really doesn't want to tell us about the Athletics. I got Sidney Crosby for Flareon for the similar reasons that we chose Sidney Crosby for the other one that I forgot. A lot of tools. One of the greatest ever, Flareon, greatest ever deck. I have a stand on business.
Right.
Yeah, Flareon's got a couple partners. I mean, Sidney's got Evgeny Malkin on his team, right? He's got Chris Letang. Flareon's got Leafeon. Flareon's got Noctowl. You got some friends, you got some foes, but all together you make it work. I'm all for the Sidney Crosby to Flareon kind of connection because Sid gets a lot of assists and Flareon's Burning Charge assists a lot of other attackers. So that's kind of where I'm getting at with that one. And then I will ask Dominic for the 4th time to explain the Oakland Athletics if he chooses to this time.
All right, so this is specifically the Moneyball movie Oakland Athletics.
Okay,
right?
okay.
The Moneyball doing too much, statistics, nerds I have an answer for everything type of team.
Okay.
Right? Flareon has an answer for everything. One of's here. I got a matchup. I got this line. I got that line. But at the end of the day, they're just doing too much. They're just spread too thin. And when it comes down to a real team that does the old school things right, they're probably not going to win the whole thing. So has an answer for everything, data driven, but just really isn't going to make it happen.
Data driven is a good point. I think that there was this huge debate on Twitter recently of data driven. I'm favored into Gardevoir because I play Flareon, and there was this whole reason of why, and then they money matched at best of 7, 0-4.
Yeah.
Gardevoir won 4 in a row. So
Yeah.
I think that they used some bad data too. So maybe the Oakland A's used some bad data.
I think we would have told you the same thing, that matchup is not favored as much as
no,
100%.
Like,
but
there is a
on
reason.
business too, right? They stand on that.
Yeah, there's a reason why we're not playing Flareon anymore. Like, we love this deck to death. I played it to Worlds, bro. I threw my whole year away for this deck. I love it. But there's a reason why it's not. Yeah, it's not doing too well. So bad day.
Yeah, I spent too much money blinging that deck out to never bring it to a
Expensive
regional.
one to bling out.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't go full throttle, but still, I mean, the end of the day, it's just not going to make it happen.
Maybe if they let me into Toronto, I'll think about it. Maybe I'll play it just as a thank you for letting me in. All right, let's move on. We got 2 left. We're almost done. Next one, bang. We got the New York Islanders, Connor McGregor and Draymond Green coming to the table here, guys. Let's start with Draymond Green because I need to understand this.
I mean, at the end of the day, like, does anyone actually think Draymond's good? We don't know. Is he good?
Yeah.
It's true.
Is
We
he
have no
not
idea.
good?
That is true.
We have no idea. Does anyone know? He doesn't even know. And nobody actually likes playing against him. And, pun intended, below the belt gameplay. There's a lot of low shots there, and
Oh
you
yeah.
play against control and you kind of feel that way. So I think and even the people that play control, they feel a little bit guilty about it. And I think deep down he feels a little bit guilty about the way he plays.
Okay, I like it. Conor McGregor.
I think I'm in a similar boat to him. I think Conor McGregor, he's very cocky, thinks he might be the best of all time, greatest person to ever grace this planet. And I think a lot of Pidgeot control players get a couple wins with Pidgeot control at a decently high level, and they think that they are him. I mean, they think that they just worked their opponent, they just mind read their opponent the whole time. And in reality, they just moved a couple energy and then used Sudowoodo on you. And your deck isn't built to be control and you lose. But they think that they are just like walking on water while they beat you with control, while they quick search for the exact card that they want every turn, and then they Zerosic you, and then they're just like, well, guess I win, right? Because I just totally outplayed the daylights out of you. And I think Conor McGregor has that similar arrogance about him. And he is like, I wouldn't want to fight against Conor McGregor, and I also wouldn't want to play against Pidgeot Control at almost any time in my Pokemon career. So you could say I'm a bad player because of that, because I don't like playing against Pidgeot Control, but I'm just going to say I don't like playing against Pidgeot Control because I like to enjoy playing cards.
Very nice. I like it. I like that a lot. I've gone for the New York Islanders for a similar reason as the Greece team of 2004. Just the introduction of straight reactive Haram Ball is what I'm getting at with this one. They sit behind. Pidgeot players are all reactive. None of them are proactive because they don't know what the hell is going on. They're waiting for you to do something and then they're going to react. Just the same way the Islanders will put 5 guys behind the puck and hope that they can score 1 goal and win every game. Additionally, the Islanders don't allow their players, or at least they didn't previously allow their players to have beards, similar to the New York Yankees. Players who played on the team as of, I think, 2024 and before were not allowed to have beards, per their GM and president Lou Lamoriello. The similar way that most Pidgeot control players probably don't have beards or can't grow them because they're like 12 and don't know what maturity is yet. So that's kind of what I'm getting at there. I'm sorry if you're a Pidgeot player. This is all in
The
fun and
shots
games.
we're taking at Pidgeot Control players
Yeah,
here
I'm
is
sorry.
also
I love all
pretty
y'all.
egregious.
I'm just thinking about Blitzel.
I don't.
I'm glad we're on the same page. Yeah, so Pidgeot players, yeah, we're not feeling y'all. But I was also thinking maybe I should go and redo the slides to have like stereotypical sports names instead of our real names. So like we'd have Kyle Schwarber, we'd have like Cooper Kupp without a beard, and then like I don't know what the hell I look like, but I'll figure something out. We might rename the last couple slides to something funny. So if we do, it's gonna be on this slide right here. Bang! We got the very last slide. We got Crussell and on my screen. I'm looking at the New Jersey Devils. I don't even know who that middle guy is because I can't see. And Ben Simmons. Who's the middle guy?
That is Antonio Brown.
Oh, it's AB. Okay, yeah, it's like tiny on my screen. So I guess let's start with AB. Recently arrested and convicted and fled to Dubai. So what do you got for me on this one?
I mean, okay, this is CTE taking full effect, right? This is just like, if you're playing Crussell, bro, I don't know who you're listening to. I don't know what propaganda you're ingesting, but I mean, you gotta stop.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even want you to play this locals. And Antonio Brown is totally off his rocker. I mean, he has been absolutely off the deep end for the last, I don't even know how long. When even was the game where he took off his entire uniform and walked off the field? Like, that's a Crussell player
3
right
years
there.
ago?
That dude plays Crussell. And I think that if you have rationalized in your head that Crussell's a good play, you're doing the same thing that Antonio Brown does as he rationalizes some of these tweets in his head and fires them off. So
didn't you play
was
Crussell to
my
like
thought
2 or
process.
3 League Cups, and you're also
1 League Cup, I played it to 1 League
Oh
Cup.
man,
One League
That's
Cup?
it, 1 League Cup.
I'm just saying 1 League Cup plus Twitter fingers. You and AB got a lot alike. You're a
Did
Crussell
I
player
win the
with
League
Twitter
Cup?
fingers.
Yes, I did win the League Cup.
Do you have any
I mean,
convictions?
AB might be a Hall of Famer, so
Yeah,
He should be.
if he gets out of the bin. All right,
Yeah,
let's go to the
he's
next
hurt
one.
himself.
The one I like the most, the New Jersey Devils. Please explain.
I mean, literally the exact same thing that you just did for Pidgeot Control. This is the early 2000s New Jersey Devils.
Okay, that
Martin
makes a lot more sense.
Brewer,
Yeah.
Scott Stevens, the trap. They invented the trap.
Yeah.
And their whole game plan was to clog the neutral zone and basically make it so you can't play hockey. And there was nothing fun about it. Even Jersey fans would be like, that was so frustrating to watch. And just basically a defense team. And my honorable mention was the current Cleveland Browns because, I mean, you got Myles Garrett, who's like a top 5 defensive player of all time. But, like, I mean, come on. Like, the fact that they can't win games with that going on, I mean, it's all defense, no offense.
It is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
Totally agree. They have some serious problems in the higher up office there. It's really bad. The way they throw away, I mean, Baker's chilling down in Florida.
that. Yeah.
I mean, shout out Josh Gordon.
Yeah. He's not normal, man.
Shout out, Josh.
I went for Ben Simmons. I was on a call with one of my students earlier today, and I was telling him about what's going on. And he said, yo, it's like Ben Simmons. He's just like Ben Simmons. So Krussel's like low-key built like Ben Simmons. Krussel has like the giant like rock on his back, and like Ben Simmons has back problems, so I'm sure there's some sort of relation. Additionally, Ben Simmons, similar to Krussel, seems very useful, but never really is. It's like, oh, shoot, I have Ben Simmons on my team. Oh, shoot, I have Krussel. Oh, it never works. All right, cool. Anyone good just skates circles around me. Absolute brick pile. Mysterious rock in is probably where Ben Simmons is going to crawl and shrivel up after his contract is terminated and he goes into retirement. I have a lot of passion for Krussel versus Ben Simmons, so I'll leave it at that, but I think Ben Simmons is Krussel. I think if Krussel was a basketball player, he'd be like Thon Maker or like Ben Simmons or someone very like immobile. So that's kind of what I'm getting at.
I like what you said about if they have a Krussel in their deck, they think they can beat everything. It's like these Zoroark players put a 1/1 Krussel in their deck and they suddenly think their Goldego matchup is 100-0.
Yeah.
Like, give me a break, man. Like, come on.
It's like the Sixers in 2019 who had Embiid and Simmons. They're like, yeah, we're running the table. Yeah, all right, bud. Stop Kawhi first.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Hops Kramer in it. I guess you lose.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So that concludes our list. That was our last deck. Fellas, I want to thank you guys so much for coming on. This is a dream to make. This is so jokes. I think people will really, really like it. I'll give you guys the stage if you want to shout out some honorable mentions. I don't know. This would be the time. I'll start with you, Austin. Any honorable mentions? If not, just plug your socials. Anything you want people to check out.
Honorable mentions, no. I appreciate you having me on for sure. Now that I have a microphone, it's gonna go much better. But yeah, I mean, shout out your channel you're just starting. I think it's great to put this stuff on it. I think it's a ton of fun. And then if you want to follow me, I'm amcharles0 on Twitter. I post on there pretty regularly. I've started streaming recently as well. My Twitch is in my bio. If you want to hop in a stream sometime, we're all jokes in there too. And we have some decent tournament runs going on, but it's all from me.
Sick. Dob, what do you got?
Yeah, I had an honorable mention. I don't have much legacy stuff because I just started playing a couple of years ago, but Lugia, Prime Lugia is Tiger Woods to me because that was the best of the best, as far as I've heard, of any deck, to where it was if you were either betting Tiger or the field, like that was a legitimate bet. It was like you were either betting Lugia or the field. And the only way you're going to beat Lugia is if you countered it. The only way you're going to beat Tiger is if it was on a course he could not play. So that was my only honorable mention. And yeah, I have no social media to shout out because I'm old and I don't want you following me.
Sick. Yeah, I would actually put Lugia as Max Fried. That's a deep cut. But Max Fried, when he's on, he's an incredible pitcher, untouchable. But when he's off, kind of sucks. So that'd be my honorable mention. I don't know if I really have anything else. I'd probably put like there's some like old legacy ones that maybe we can go back and do another video on. I think one day. Definitely some interesting stuff we can do. But no, appreciate you fellas coming on. I got to shout out bro who did the editing for us. Christian, I'm gonna put his link down in the bio. Please go follow him on Twitter. I literally put in the Shift Here Discord. I'm like, yo, is anyone here jobless and want to help me with like a PowerPoint presentation? Please. And he came to the rescue. So shout out bro. That's the dog. I'm gonna have to like label this like 18 plus, freaking 40 plus maybe. I don't know. Like it's tough. But
I think you just gotta make a couple cuts.
No, I think I'm just gonna leave it in. Just raw dog it, dude. It is what it is. This is the video.
You're right. You did say raw dog at the beginning of the Shift Gear podcast.
I did do that
last week. So
I'm surprised I didn't get in trouble for that one. But
me too.
Yeah, I escaped unharmed, so that was good. But yeah, no, appreciate y'all coming on. Let us know down below what we missed, what we got right. Any of your choices for any of these. If you have any video suggestions. What's that? Sorry.
who had the best picks?
Yeah, who had the best picks? Yeah, that's a good one actually.
Yeah. Give us the best pick.
Yeah, I think I'm losing that one, but yeah, who had the best picks? Let us know down below. Let us know any other video topics. We'll come back and do it with you guys. But appreciate y'all being here. Thank you so much. If you're new here, please like and subscribe. Really helps me a ton. And go check out these fellas who helped me out with this. But other than that, appreciate y'all. Thank you for being here. Peace out. See you in the next one.
Go Bills.
Go Bills.